Morning, everybody. Grab a cup of coffee and a donut or three, and let's do some switching. Well, good morning, everybody. One of my viewers said he missed the old introduction with the donut or three, so I thought I'd use it on this one. I'll bring it out every now and then. So the last thing we have to do to build the Oak Hill train is we have two covered hoppers for Cedar Heights Clay. And they're both at the end of string of cars. Makes it easy to fish them out. So the Oak Hill train is on the passing siding right now. So while the NW2 is pulling the string of cars out, narrating this on Friday. We're supposed to have another snowstorm come through, but it hasn't started yet. It's like 3 in the afternoon. We haven't got a flake of snow here in Georgetown. I've heard varying accounts, 1 to 3 inches or 3 to 6 inches, but it's going to have to start sometime soon if we're going to get that much. Won't be any snowplow videos, though. That ice that we had on top of the snow from last Sunday, Garden Railroad is iced in. I'll stick a picture of it in right here to show you what it looks like. My friend Fran, the 5-minute modeler, just introduced a new video yesterday. He's building a ferry and a wharf scene. So if you haven't checked out his videos yet, you need to do it. It's going to be a great series, and he's done a fantastic job on it. I don't think it's not a secret anymore because he's getting a lot of subscribers and a lot of views. So he's done a great job. We're going to put these cars back on the track they came from, and then we'll go pull the track beside it, which has the other covered hopper on it. Well, I bring these trains into Chillicothe, and I just build them by hand out of the storage box, whatever JMRI tells me to do. I don't pay particular order to what JMI tells me the cars need to be in. I don't think it really matters when they're going into the yard. So it just happened that they ended up with the both cars on the end of the string of cars. The bulkhead flat that we're getting ready to pull, that was the car that gave me trouble when Fran was down a month or so ago. Had a little bit of flash on the inside of one of the truck frames, which wouldn't let the point of the axle seat into the hole where it was supposed to, and it kept derailing. Trimmed the flash off, worked great. Sitting here in the train room looking around, and my workspace has gotten out of control. I had it all cleaned up when I had visitors at Christmas time, but boy, it's a mess now. So that'll be something to need to focus on the next week or so. All right, now the last thing we have to do is tack a caboose on the end of the train. If I was ever going to switch eras, I could see moving it up a few years to the late 80s at the beginning of CSX, and I could have Norfolk Southern equipment, because they actually started painting stuff in Norfolk Southern, a lot earlier than CSX did. But I don't think I'll go past where they didn't use cabooses as much. I was watching a video the other day, it was shot in 1993, and there was zero graffiti on the cars. And I like that. I can't ever see modeling today with all the graffiti, even though some of it is fantastic. But when 80 or 90% of the cars have graffiti on them, I just can't see myself doing that. So if I do move up, it won't be past the early 90s. But it is tempting sometimes to, have some CSX Norfolk Southern equipment. So I'm going to use a Wagontop Caboose. It was a B&O design, older caboose. They used them a lot in the coal fields. I mean, they were around from the steam era. But by 1980, they'd sort of fallen out of favor for mainline trains. They were small, they rode rough, probably drafty, noisy. Chassis System had bought a bunch of new cabooses, and the crews liked them a lot better. So the Wagontop cabooses were used on local freights and things. So Oak Hill did see Wagontop cabooses quite often, so glad to have one to use on the Oak Hill run. So last thing we have to do is to put the caboose back on the caboose track, and then we will, just like I said, I've got a little question for everybody. If you can, do me a favor, answer it in the comments. Before we get to the question, I'll make a public service announcement. I went to the dermatologist on Wednesday, and I had melanoma 28 years ago, 1997. If I hadn't caught it early, I wouldn't be here, to be honest with you. Melanoma is a skin cancer that will kill you. So I go every 6 months and get a checkup. So they always are burning something off, cutting something off, freezing something off every time, but it's well worth it. So I worked outside a lot before I worked at Toyota and played sports, softball, golf, you know, you name it. I was outside a lot. So get your skin checked before it's too late. Now the question I want to ask you is, as far as I know, I'm the only person that does their operating sessions like this on YouTube, that actually takes you through a whole thing where I build the trains up, I run the trains, I come back to the yard, I break the trains down, and I do them in a series. So my question is, do you guys really care? Because most of the people on YouTube, you'll watch an operating thing and they'll just say, well, today we're going to switch Cedar Heights Clay. And the video will be 10 or 15 minutes about Cedar Heights Clay. And next time it'll be switching ITT Grinnell. So I am going to do this regardless. I mean, I like JMRI, building the trains like this. So the only way it would really change it is the narration. I mean, because I'll say something like, if you remember the last video, we were doing this. Well, if you're not keeping up with video to video, that doesn't really matter to you. So, you know, maybe some people don't like yard switching. Some think it's boring. Some people think that, you know, let's just run the road trains. Let's just switch cars at the industries. So just let me know in the comments. Again, it's my railroad. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to keep running it the way I am. But maybe it'll affect the videos that you see. Because, you know, maybe I don't have to video everything I run. So just let me know in the comments what you think. And everybody stay safe.